Hello. So I thought I would discuss about a word or two words, three words that people confuse or they use incorrectly. So that first word, and they all sound the same. So that's what's kind of hard, like if we're trying to spell it. So the first one is insure. Now, to insure something, like insurance. So insurance. This is infection, and this is insurance. So sometimes people get kind of confused, like is infection, insurance, infection. So insurance. And you might see it a little bit differently, but that's the way I see it most of the time is insurance. And then if sometimes they still misunderstand that, I'll say, oh, do you have, and I'll spell Medicare or Medicaid. I'll spell it. There is a sign, but like I said, I've had some deaf that maybe not understand it fully, or sometimes they know it, oh, it's a gold card, or, is it that blue and red card? Yes. So they may not know what it's called or what it is. But for insure, I want to insure something is to have insurance. Insurance. Okay. The next one that sounds like it, we get confused, is insure with the E-N. And we know, a lot of people, older people drink insure, right? Insure. And this is where it gets confusing. I think even when you're typing a Word document, it makes, there's mistakes there. So insure with the E, that is to make sure or make sure. This is honestly or honest. This is sure, really, truly. So I want to make sure. I've seen make sure. And even though this is used for honest, I've seen make sure because it's stronger than just truly or really that happened, really. So I want to make sure that happens, right? To make sure, to make certain that something is going to happen. So I want to ensure that. And sometimes I'll be typing something and I'll use the E for ensure because I want to make sure it happens, and then I'll have the grammar correct or word correct, whatever it's called now, Grammarly or whatever it's called now. They want to do like insure, and I'm like, no, that's not. I don't want to insure insurance. I want to make sure. Make sure instead of make sure. You could do make sure. Make sure. I think I see it more like this than like this, but because we're English users, we may say make sure. And if you do that, it's not wrong. Make sure. This is a stronger one because I want to make sure that happens, right? As opposed to really, or for real, right? So this is more seemingly a more casual, or this is a stronger one. Because you could say, I'm telling you the truth, right? I'm being honest here. This is a stronger, way to say it. So to make sure, that's E-N-S-U-R-E. Now, the third one is assure, A-S-S-U-R-E. So you could say A-S-S, but I move it when I have a double, A-S-S-U-R-E, when I'm just spelling it. But if I'm saying the letters out loud to you, I'm going to go A-S-S-U-R-E. And I think that's just kind of typical when you have a hearing person who does sign language. That's just pretty normal. Okay, and so assure means I want to assure you, right? I want to comfort you. I want you to feel that reassurance, right? I want you to feel comfortable in knowing that it's true, right? Or you could say that I want to assure you. I want you to feel confident that that's happening, right? So that's assure. A-S-S-U-R-E is to help someone to feel comfortable or confident. Or I want to reassure you. Like, are you sure that, is that happening? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, because yada, yada. I want to reassure you that we're going to make sure that we do that for you. So it's to give confidence or it's to give comfort. So that's how you use assure, A-S-U-R-E. But I think the one that's the two that are really mixed up is the insure. I want to make sure. I want to insurance. I want to insure my home. I want to insure my boat. I want to insure my car. Insurance. So when you hear the word with the I insure, think of insurance. And then E-N-S-U-R-E, insure, is to make sure. So I hope that helps, because I want to see if there was another explanation. But those are the simple explanations that help us kind of keep that, in our mind. This is like putting a Post-it note. I'm going to put it on there to remind you, help you to remember how those words are used and how they're spelled. So I want to insure my car, insurance. I want to make sure that happens. I want to ensure that, E-N. So you have to change the way how you kind of see it, that perspective. I want to ensure that you are going to go to the store and come straight back. I want to make sure. I want to assure you that we will be fixing your car by Monday. Give you comfort or confidence. And it just depends on how on the assurance, right? Or you can reassure or assure someone, which gives them comfort and confidence. It just depends on how it's used, because you could say, I want to assure you, ma'am, that we're going to have that done on Monday. So that actually gives you comfort and confidence, right? It's like, oh, well, it'll be done on Monday. I'll come pick it up by the time I get off work, something like that. So just kind of think of these simple sentences that you can kind of think about, so you know to make sure that you use the right sign. Like I said, English users would think make sure, because it's a sign for sure, really, truly, right? So to insure a home, to make sure, or to make sure, depends on how I was saying that. I would do it like this. Well, if you're really concerned about something, I just want to make sure. I want to make sure, right? And your whole face would look at it, as opposed to, are you sure, right? Or I want to give you confidence, or I want to give you comfort that your car will be ready Monday. But if you did an ASL sentence, you say Monday, your car ready. And that's confidence, right? Right there, that's confidence instead of comfort. So play around with it. Play around with the different ways that you would say it. Think about it, how you would say it naturally, ask someone else how they would say it. Write it down if you see it in a book or something, on how those three words that are sounded like and are spelled similar and mean a little bit different things. So, but it's all in a sense kind of the same, right? If you want to insure something, you want to make sure that it's covered. If you insure something, I want to make sure that it happens. Or if you want to assure someone, you want them to know with confidence that it will happen. So they all have similar meanings, similar spellings, and sound similar. So play around with it, practice, discuss it with your friends that are deaf and hearing. And the deaf may not know the difference. They see a sign, right, to insure. They know the insurance. Make sure they know that one. Or I just want you to know that blah, blah, blah. I want to assure you. I want to let you know. Or it's going to happen. So that's more of a concept, right? Assure. That's something that we would write down. Or that's something that we would say. But as we sign it, it's going to become more as a concept. I want you to know. I mean, it's really going to happen. I'll make sure it's really that way, or something like that. And that gives you that confidence. So that's more of a concept as opposed to assign. So insurance, insure, and yeah, we're going to do it, right? And that's more of a whole facial and body language and concept that you do, because you could do that in several different ways for that whole concept. So play around with it and practice, and let me know if you have any comments, and make sure that you hit the like button. I'll see you later. Bye.